Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. It seems as though every time I make a presentation now, it's early in the morning. Well, be that as it may, I must do it when I am able to. And so this is now. I was listening earlier to a post by Steve Schmidt. Steve Schmidt is a guy that comes on some posts, but I see him frequently on YouTube. And tonight I was listening to him speaking about warning Americans about the the reason that Donald Trump is being so successful here in America. And he was saying that basically this is justified because so many people had recognized that America had a two-tier system, one for the people who call themselves above the law or somebody, and the rest is everybody else. And the way the government comes and the way the system directs its attention on them is a bunch of fuck youism. And so Donald Trump came on the scene with a bunch of attitudes about fuck youism. And people embraced it because they weren't actually looking for anybody to solve their problems because they don't believe perhaps that it can be solved. But they're looking for somebody who can come back and point their finger at those who are causing so many problems to the masses and sticking their finger. And at the problem, at the result of that, you're destroying. At the result of that, you're tearing down. And he wants the people to wake up and recognize that the reason that the Donald Trump exists is because the American people, the American system, the American operation had divided the people in such a way that Donald Trump was created, made manifest. And it is the result. And that if you don't want a Donald Trump, if you want to get rid of the Donald Trump, you have to make a change. This is the message that he is trying to make. And this is really easy to justify. You think about, for those of you who might want to go back that far, the message with Cain and Abel. We know the story of Cain and Abel. One of them ended up destroying the other, supposedly killing the other. Now, how could that be made manifest between these two siblings? Well, apparently it's the same thing that operated between the mother and the father, Adam and Eve. We know that there were inconsistencies there. They didn't agree on things, just like the son. This is why they didn't. And Adam and Eve, they had their birth in humankind disavowing the rights of God for their own. And constantly, this here things overflow. And you have here today in America a Republican Party, Democratic Party, and they're trying to do the same identical thing. Why? Because this is the nature for which they are bound to. But ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is this. What we are doing, the things we are experiencing, the Republican Party doing what they're doing, the Democratic Party resisting as much as they are doing, and the threat of a shutdown nation, the threat of a nation imploding. This is the people of America, your punishment. You are living your punishment. This monster that we experience today is of our own creation. And we can look back if we doubt it and think about what the Republicans are doing, especially in the South and some places where they really love Donald Trump. Look how they are trying to set up laws, rules, and regulations to freeze and benefit so many and bound and destroy the dreams and aspirations of so many others. You see, it's the same identical thing that people have been living all along. But it is a threat because we, the American people, have not learned anything. We have been so transfixed in the lie till we just reject any measure of truth, regardless to where it comes. And those who have been looking for a higher power that is advocated through perhaps spirituality have found that it is as demonstrous as any other system. And the people are sinking low. And in times past, when one rose to the occasion to shine a light on the darkness so that you might see a path, that it was smashed out. And so, for that reason, perhaps many people just stray away from truth, stray away from righteousness to the point they've forgotten it, or just putting their faith in another lie that you will be delivered by a power other than that which is true. So I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, you know who I am. I've been on this idea for about 40 some years, and many of you know that I got this little thing I talk on YouTube that I try to explain to you a message, the message that I'm here to do, my existence on earth at this time, in the middle of all of this confusion, is to remind you that regardless of what's going on, you can change this and turn it to heaven on earth. You can do that. You got that power. You got to change. Just like you want the earth to change, or as you would expect the earth to change to reflect heaven, you have to change as well, just as much. Or should I almost say equally as much, or not, if not more, than that which is reflected in the heaven that you create. So I say to you, it would be something if you haven't had the opportunity. But over the several years, there was an opportunity where you were given the chance with the candidate running for mayor of the city of St. Paul, Minnesota, and another time mayor of the city of Woodbury, Minnesota. Not only that, given the opportunity for a candidate running for the United States Senate from the state of Minnesota, or a candidate running for governor of the state of Minnesota, or a candidate is running for president of the United States several times. And each time he carried the message of creating heaven on earth. And what did that basically mean? It means that you, my friends, can enjoy life without lying, without cheating, without stealing, without killing, without hating, without racism and bigotry. You could live a life with peace and be prosperous and free. Joy in your life, happiness in your life, your dreams being realized, never having to worry about anything, resources of every imaginational rest in the reservoir of goods and services for the purpose of meeting your wants, meeting your needs, meeting your desires at your leisure. My friends, that's what you have the opportunity to do. Simply recognizing that here in America, white man is not the answer, not even the issue. Republican or Democrat, man or woman, no. It's man or God. The creator that we cannot see, but is recognized by all we can see, is demanding that human beings created by the power that is able to make all of this, is able to create human beings who can live in peace and who could create amongst themselves a heavenly way of living. That's the message that I've been trying to bring to you for the past 40 years. And for 40 years, you've ignored it. You don't want to hear it. You just can't stand it. So what does that mean? That means that you have bought into something else so deep until when you speak about heaven on earth, you, my friends, would rather dive at a Donald Trump and what he represents. Now, when I say Donald Trump, I'm not really talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking about that stuff which destroys. That's what the American people, that's the people of the world. You are submitting yourselves to evil. Evil is destroying you, and you are so afraid of it. The Republicans in America are so afraid of Donald Trump because he represents more evil than they are, and they know they are evil. And so they submit to the higher order. As I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that cancer destroys. Cancer destroys. Cancer destroys. And if you need a cure, this time we don't have to work and wait on some others. We got the power to fix this. That means you got to change. Thank you.